Hello Taurus, I'm Tamara and I'm going to do your love reading for February 2018. This reading is for the Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon and Taurus Rising sign, and I hope it resonates with you. If it doesn't, please watch your moon sign or your rising sign. For this reading I'm using the Tarot Illuminati. I received that deck for Christmas and it's a beautiful deck by Eric Dunn. And that's why I'm doing Taurus first for February, because this deck was given to me for Christmas by a friend who is also Taurus, and that's why I'm starting your reading first, just to say thank you to her. Just play with my camera a little bit. All right, and at the end of the reading, I'm going to draw, as usual, from the Romance Angels Oracle cards and give you an additional messages from there. But I'll just shuffle a little bit longer and then I'll go straight into your reading. While I'm shuffling, I just want to say thank you to everyone who subscribed and liked my videos. And I'm also on Instango. So if you're interested, it's an application on iPhone or on any other mobile phones, and where you can chat with me, where you can ask me questions. And I'm also available for the private readings, and you can contact me by my email address or through my website or Facebook. Okay, let's go ahead. So it's a love reading, love and relationship for February for Taurus. Present, future, and the past. Okay, this will be your present, this will be your near future, and that will be your past. It will be probably a recent past, but it depends how it resonates with you. Okay, your first card is Eight of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, and Eight of Cups. And underneath we have the King of Swords. In your present we have the Chariot, we have the Moon, and we have Five of Swords. We have the King of Swords, now we have a Queen of Swords. Alright, Four of Cups, Two of Pentacles, the Hangman, and underneath we have the Fool. Okay, so it's a fantastic deck, very bright cards over there. I think the artwork is absolutely brilliant. So let's start and see what we have for you. The first in the recent past, I've got Eight of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and sorry, it's Five of Cups. I can't see, I haven't got my glasses on. And Five of Cups. Eight of Wands is talking about a lot of communication, very fast-moving energy. It's all about very fiery energy. And having the King of Swords as the main energy in the past, I see the King of Swords sometimes represents some sort of legal issues, or King of Swords is all about mentality, it's all about thoughts, it's all about reasoning, and that tells me a little bit about communication. Maybe you're communicating with someone in authority or something about it. But the Wheel of Fortune, and you're communicating actually because there is some losses, because there's you were upset about something, there were some losses of some type, and you were really upset. But the Wheel of Fortune turned, you got that communication from somewhere. There was a lot of fiery communication. Also, this communication sometimes comes by air, because it's all, if you noticed on the picture, it's all flying wands. Could be emails, texts, messages, I don't know, WhatsApps or whatever way you're communicating. But you being upset, there's a lot of losses. Because it's a love reading, I can sort of imagine that it's probably like being upset in a relationship or something. But the cards was telling you that not everything is lost. Turn around, there's still 2 cups are full there behind you. So not everything been lost for you, dear Taurus. And cups is all about emotions, so that's what you're crying for those 2, spilled, whatever it is. It looks like a wine, but I always call this card crying over the spilled milk. Well, in this case, probably wine. So turn around. Not everything is lost. There's plenty there. Maybe not as much, but plenty there. But the Wheel of Fortune is turning. When the Wheel of Fortune is turning, it's coming into your favor. You're on the top of this wheel. So this period is over. Period of crying, being upset is over. Being on the bottom of this wheel is not always nice. Also, Wheel of Fortune sometimes talks about the change of period, changing of situations. So one moment you could be on the bottom of it, where you feel the whole weight of the situation on your shoulders, on your back, and then the Wheel of Fortune is turning and you're in the top of it. You sort of, the world is your oyster. You're all happy. Everything is turning in your favor. It's a karma. It's a destiny. It's something sometimes you feel like you're lucky. You're getting this, but it's all been done due to this communication with this King of Swords. And King of Swords is someone who is, as I said, come across quite cold because he's not using emotions. It's an air sign. It's Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius person. They use their mental capacities. They use their brain. It sometimes could be like a professor, as I said. It could be a judge if it's a legal matter or something. It's a lawyer, solicitor, attorney, whatever you call it, paralegal, anyone in that sort of in a legal profession. It could be someone just clever, to be honest. Sometimes you don't have to be, have all this, but just being clever, and maybe you communicating with this person bring you that sort of clarity. They also bring clarity because the swords, they sort of cutting everything which doesn't serve us, everything which is untrue. They like to get to the core of the matter. They like to get to the truth. And truth being revealed, and there's a lot of communication. You feel good, you feel lucky, you feel on the top of the world, and the period of losses. You cried enough, to be honest. To grieve about something is not bad. We need to grieve as long as we need it. If you lost someone or something in your life, it's actually absolutely fine, and it's advisable for you to grieve. But, everything is good in moderation, take your time, but turn around. There are still plenty left behind. So there's still emotions in your heart. There's still, there's still positivity in life because you've got all these very positive cards. And underneath this King of Swords, I also got Page of Swords. Page of Swords is, Prince of Swords. It's a very fast-moving energy. It's that information, as I was saying to you, was coming to you really fast. And there's a lot of it. And that is also confirmed by the card underneath, and which is the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is fast-moving. He sometimes reminds me, he's not really mature as the King of Swords. Look at those two, how this one looks and this one. This is more sort of mature person, more so much older. This one is like, reminds me, a very young person, or sometimes like a teenager, who doesn't sort of, they charge forward, they just go for it. So if you are actually thinking about doing something, especially, with the earth sign or something, well, it's in your past, it was telling you just go for it. That's what it is. And in your present, we have the Queen of Swords now, which is the Spirit's message for you. But we have the Chariot again, another fast. There's a lot of movements in your cards, dear Taurus. There's a lot forward movements in you. The Chariot is also sometimes talks about the sign of Cancer. So maybe Cancer is significant for you. And next to it, I've got the Moon, which is the Scorpio. So you've got either Scorpio or Cancer, a lot of water signs over there. But the Chariot is also being in charge of your life, ruling your life in the right in the direction which you need it to be going. and being in charge of it, having all this very positive energy. Sometimes also talks about being a winner sort of situation. I'm just looking at what else I can say about the Chariot. Oh, it's a sign of Cancer, and the moon is, I think the moon is a Pisces rather than Scorpio. I'm sorry, I've just double check my notes over there. This one tells you, like, stand proud. You are in the right direction. You are ruling your life in the right direction. You're charging forward. And it also talks about being as a winner. So if there is any situation where you're sort of competing with someone, or, you know, like sort of there's a dispute or something, you are like a winner. You're ruling the situation in the right direction. Because there was a lot of uncertainty. The moon tells me that there was a lot of uncertainty. Again, I've got this Queen of Swords, which brings the clarity. Wow, and then we have a devil. I'm not going to look at that one. The Queen of Swords is similar to the King of Swords. I can't add anything else. She is the woman who can come across very cold. She is air sign. It could be a couple there which is ruling your life at the moment or helping you in some sort of respect. They're both air signs. As I said, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius person could be. But they're very intelligent. Both of them. She's very clever. She knows what she's doing. She could be a counselor, could be a psychologist. If here you're using maybe legal profession, here you might also involve like a mediator or a solicitor, or not solicitor, possibly solicitor is more with this king one, but counselor, psychotherapist, psychologist, someone who can bring you clarity, because the moon tells that there are a lot of hidden, something from you is hidden, or you don't know, you just don't know, and you want that clarity, dear Taurus. The moon tells that things are hidden, you don't know. Moon gives that sort of light, which is like a foggy, greyish, which is sort of fogs our mind, fogs our vision. We don't see the clear picture. The picture is distorted. We don't know. We want to know, but we know that we don't know. It's about lies. It's about sort of discrepancies and stuff, things. It's just like you just want to find that clarity, and I think that Queen of Swords will help you, and the King of Swords in the past you had. That is the clarity. But you are going in the right direction. And we have another 5 here. And the 5 of Swords is the victory again, but I call this card is the sour victory. Sour victory is when you pay a price for this victory, which doesn't actually worth it. Some card readers told it about being defeated. So it's not really clear which side you are. Either you've been defeated or you're a winner in this situation. But in any case, it's not a very nice situation, because even if you won this case or situation or whatever argument, you might actually lose a friend or someone. And if that is the price you're prepared to pay, then it's okay. But sometimes it's a too much price to pay for this victory. If you've been defeated, then at least find the comfort that he, as the winner, he hasn't got the satisfaction out of this victory. So let's put it that way. So far, dear Taurus, I don't see any love cards because it's a love reading. I see 2 people. There could be love interest. Maybe you're interested. Maybe, when I was talking about solicitor, maybe it's just a clever person and he is the, you had this person in the past and he is the Libra, Gemini or Aquarius, and you got a lot of correspondence with him. There was some sort of upset with that person. That could be the only way I can interpret it from the love situation. In the present, again, I've got a lot of things happening in your life, but I don't see even 1 cup apart from there, but not 1 cup emotional sort of loving sort of no love. This reading, I'm afraid, dear Taurus. Unless you're fighting with your partner or someone you are. There's this Queen of Swords, which is, again, maybe for gentleness. She could be there. And underneath I've got the Devil card underneath that Queen of Swords. I'm sorry, it's not very positive love reading, but, you know, it is what it is. It's only February, you know, who knows what happens in March, maybe like all very rosy. Like, you know, life is like this wheel of fortune, it permanently turns. Today you're in the bottom, tomorrow, but you're in a good situation. Maybe that's what you want from your life, from your love life. Maybe some people, they just don't want to, everything's finished and, you know, these fights and everything. They want the clarity and move on, because in the future you are moving on. You've got the Fool. And then is that Queen of Swords. I've got the Devil card, and Devil card is being it's unhealthy attachment, unhealthy relationship. Relationship which you know which is not serving you, and you're still attached. Sometimes talks about violence, about domestic abuse. So if you are in any form, you know, mental, which is this Queen of Swords is talking, either mental or physical abuse, you need to find help. You need to move on like this Chariot, or maybe use whatever tools are available to you to get out of the situation. If that is the situation, then I can see you doing everything. Actually, everything is right according to the books. If there is a devil, you know, unhealthy attachment, there's a lot you were knowing. There was a lot of arguments and fighting. It's it's all very argumentative, you know. It's no win-win situation. You're just sort of bickering at each other. Then it could be that. But you are going away. You're moving away from the situation. You're going away from the situation. And I can see you in the future as that Fool starting anew. And underneath that, can you imagine, underneath this Fool is the Eight of Cups. It tells me, you've got Two of Cups. So you left that love. You turn your back on that love, Eight of Cups, something which doesn't serve us, the emotions which don't serve us. And look, there's a moon, the same moon there, deception and everything else, and you move away. You go away and you start anew. You start anew like this a Fool, like you get that inner child out of yourself. You're not scared of anything. You're going to take a leap of faith. Look, the sun is shining. It's all bright for you. You just leave all that behind. And that's why I love that Chariot card in your reading, because it tells me that you are in the right direction. But let's start from the, you know, according to the order. Four of Cups tells me about lost opportunities. Make sure in the future, dear Taurus, watch out. If there will be any opportunities coming across your way, make sure keep your eyes, ears, I don't know, everything open. Make sure you grab it, because there will be an offer to you, and you will be too bored or too not attentive to sort of to see that offer. And it could be an offer of love, because the Cups is all about positive emotions, about romantic offers, romantic relationship. There will be an offer to you, but you will be sitting with your back to this offer. You won't be paying attention. You will be quite bored and not interested, thinking that you've got enough at the moment and you're not interested in what's been offered. But please, dear Taurus, don't lose that opportunity, because it might turn your life, you know, in a very positive sort of way. And Two of Pentacles is telling me again, it's still in the future will be a period where you will be juggling. Two of Pentacles in a romantic relationship, in a love reading, sometimes talks about periods. It's like a roller coaster, going up and down. Could be you. I think you will leave that partner who didn't serve you. That, you know, there will be a devil, because I can see this Two of Cups. I think you will leave months of February. You will leave that situation behind. But it's still, you still will be, you know, it's like there will be storm in your soul, in your heart. You will be, one day you will be. We do all suffer from this when we leave. So if someone leaves us, you know, separation is really hard. Especially when we're attached to someone for a long time, how much they upset us, how much they hurt us, we still still feel that pining, we still feel that longing for them. And one day we're fine, next day we're not fine, and we want them back, even though we know that they're not the right person for us. And I see that that's what Two of Pentacles is talking about, is being on this like roller coaster sort of state, when you just up and down, but it will balance itself out. It's only time is the healer, and use any tools available. If you can afford to see the counselor or a psychologist, they can give you that clarity of mind. They can help to go through the situation. If you can't, just at least use any tools available. Go to YouTube, watch there's a lot of actually brilliant counselors over there who give lectures, and you can listen how to go through the separation period, how to deal with your with the exes, and all this about 30-day contact and stuff like this. They're very helpful. Some of them really brilliant. Guided meditation is really good as well. So try to use any tools which is available for you, dear Taurus. And then we have the Hangman over here, and it tells you just hang on, just hang there. It is hard. It is like sort of you have left. You've been like, you used all your courage, you used all your, you've been brave, you just moved on, you left everything behind, you only took what's necessary, very little baggage you took with you. It could be emotional baggage we're talking about, not exactly about the possessions. But it tells you that, hang on, look at situation. It might be difficult, but look at situation every time. Look at the situation from a different point of view. Because when the man who is hand upside down, he sees the world from completely different point of view. He sees the world from completely different angle. And if, how much pining, you pine for this person, you want him back, try to reverse the situation and see, make them pros and cons, and see, how good this person was for you and how not good this person was for you. Look at situations from different point of view. See it from the positive point of view, but that this person may be gone, but then there is a space now next to you available for someone who is maybe absolutely brilliant, who could be absolutely perfect for you. It might not come and happen straight away, but it will eventually happen. There's millions on this planet. There's obviously someone right is there for you as well, dear Taurus. So yes, it's not a happy reading, but it is what it is. Take it on a board, because as I always say, we all have free will, and it's that's why we watch this video. So maybe we can avoid that sort of situations if we know that we will be, for example, in a hard, for us it will be hard, this separation, or separation is unavoidable. Then we will sort of maybe use all the tools available, surround ourselves with friends and family. They're really good help. Go out, have some fun, so to take your thoughts away from someone you left behind, because when you left that person behind, it's you left the wrong person. If they're exes, I know it sounds like a cliche, but if they're exes, there's a reason why they are exes. So let's see what else. Oh, jumped. Okay, I'm going to take it. Oh, okay, of course. It's unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going, dear Taurus. There's nothing else I can add to that. Here we are. That's what I've got. I hope it, well, I don't want to say hope, because it wasn't very happy reading, but if this reading resonated with you, please sort of watch it during the months, because it's quite sort of, there's a lot of information. Watch it a couple of times and see which part of it, resonates with you or not. Yes, otherwise, if you want me to elaborate on this and have a private reading with me, please contact me. That's my email address, or, you can contact me through my webpage. Otherwise, or contact me on the Instango, just a quick messaging, and or telephone calls or anything. We can just discuss it further. I can have a look for your cards, and we can go ahead from there. Well, subscribe and like the channel, and otherwise I'll see you next month. Thank you so much.